guys, it's your girl, Shay, coming at you with another video. And yes, it is after Christmas. It's actually the end of January. And you guys must be incredibly disappointed with me because, well, I started vlogging again and then I stopped. But that's because I was having issues with storage on my phone and I don't have a computer anymore because mine broke. And that's what I used to edit all of my videos on, like literally all my videos, like my gaming videos. Do you guys remember those days? Anyway, so today I've decided that I'm going to start videoing. I've decided to start videoing again, but only to the extent of explorations and traveling and so on and so forth. And today's video is a pretty basic ass video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, by me, my friend, who you guys will hopefully meet if she agrees to being filmed in a minute, we're gonna go for a walk. It's an average Saturday. I'm bored, I'm tired-ish, but I have a lot of energy to go for a walk. So my big plan for today is to go for a walk, which isn't that great, or exciting, but we're doing it in woods, and these particular woods I used to go in a lot when I was younger with my cousin and my uncle and some older friends that I do not talk to anymore. But I used to go in these woods all of the time. So right now I'm currently getting ready to go looking for water because I was gonna take one with me. We do not have a bottle. I do not feel like making one. So what I'm gonna do is, should I bring a snack? I don't know. I was really looking for my water thing to do. But anyway, I'm gonna see you guys when I get to the woods, or not the woods, but I'm gonna meet up with my friend at an ice cream shop that is currently closed down because it is winter. But I'll come back to you guys when we get there. So. Okay guys, I have made it, and this is my friend, and we are on the way. So we changed the plan a little bit because where we were meeting, the woods that we were gonna walk into was further, so we decided to walk to the cemetery, which is closer, and I like the cemetery more than I like the woods, so this is exciting. Plus, I know how much you guys like my haunted content because when I went to the Devil's Rock with my brother on my other YouTube channel a while ago, that got a lot of likes and views. So going to the cemetery, which I have tried to film multiple times, and every single time I've tried to film there, the footage has gotten deleted. Like, I have filmed at this cemetery at least 5 times and I've never posted about it because it's always gotten deleted. So hopefully today, now that I'm filming with a different type of camera, it will stay, because every time I've tried to film this, it has disappeared. So we're currently walking there.
Totally get backup footage.
And when we get there, we'll probably film more, so I'm not gonna film the rest of us walking there because it's kind of boring. So see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, we made it to the cemetery. We were just talking about one of the more famous graves here, which is the Borden plot grave, which I will tell you more about when we get there. But there are also like a ton of other graves that I know stories about because I come here a lot and I love doing research, especially on history things. Okay, so first stop, we're gonna go straight down this way because over here, okay, I think we're gonna do like the full loop because there's so much to talk about here because it is a historic cemetery. I'm going to come back to you guys when we find the first historical grave that I have a story about. Hey guys, so we're at the first grave, and it is this one right here, which says mother, and it is all alone. And so what people think is there is a whole group of family up there with similar graves, and they all have like names like father, son, daughter, and then there's just mother down here. And so what people believe is this grave might have actually slid down this hill at some point and landed here in front of the water. But the land here is very wet and obviously hollow because it is a cemetery. So it's possible that it could have slid down here during a storm, but not many people know why it kind of is alone. But that's kind of one of the stories about that grave. So another kind of story is actually right over here. And have you ever heard of the bleeding graves?
No.
Okay. So there could be a scientific reason for this, but over here you can see that there is some graves that are red, and that is because they bleed. Yeah. So see these over here? They bleed. And basically what that means is literally sometimes if you're lucky, maybe during the rain or whatever, you'll catch it and they will be dripping with a red liquid, which has now tainted them all red. And there could be a scientific reason for this that I do not know, but around here these are kind of known as the bleeding graves of Little Neck Cemetery, which I had originally heard about through my dad. So that's kind of a cool little story. But now we're gonna move on to the next part of the cemetery, which is all the way over there, which is actually the Borden grave, I think is the next spot we're gonna hit. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, we've made it to the famous Borden plot. So if you don't know the story of the Bordens, Andrew and his wife, can't remember her name right now, sorry, they were murdered with an axe, and it was a cold case for years, and many believed their daughter Lizzie to have done it. Personally, I don't think so, but this is the Borden plot. Now, here's the thing about the Borden plot. This right here says sister. And a lot of believe this is Lizzie's sister, but actually in Fall River, Massachusetts, there's a cemetery where Lizzie, really plain, I'm trying to film, where Lizzie and her sister are buried along with their parents and their unborn child. But this one says Hannah B. Nelson, which is not Lizzie's sister's name. And after doing lots of research, I had found out that Hannah B. Nelson was actually Lizzie's maid in her newer house after moving away from her other house where her parents were murdered. And then over here, I don't think this is a part of the Borden plot because this is gated in and that is not. So it's actually an unmarked grave and I have no idea who's buried there. And you were just asking who was there.
Yeah.
So, I actually have no idea who that is.
It kind of looks like it's engraved, but it doesn't look like it's been cleaned up.
Yeah, it looks like it hasn't been cleaned, and it looks like it's been there for a while, so I don't really know whose grave that is. But we're trying to rush the sun because we do not want to be here past dark, because not only is the cemetery technically closed, but coyotes do come out at that time. And I do not feel like being chased nor bitten by a coyote. So,
I don't feel like it ever paid a shot.
yeah. Or eaten by a coyote. So, yeah, we're gonna try to beat the clock. But as you guys can see, the sun is beginning to set. So we are now going to turn that way. And we're gonna hit the last few graves before leaving. And then there's one tree out here, well, tree stump, that I have to tell a very interesting tale about, which she has no idea about, so.
No idea.
Okay, so we've made it to our last group of graves. We were just watching a video, and I keep thinking every time I say graves, it's graves, because I was just watching a YouTube video. That I'll link in the description down below so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. But this one right here is actually a pilgrim, which obviously came over on the Mayflower, which is really cool to me because I have family that came over on the Mayflower. Obviously they're all long dead, but I do have ancestors that have come over from the Mayflower, and this is Elizabeth Tilly Howland. And I think that that is so awesome that she made it here with her daughter and her husband on the Mayflower, which is really, really, really tough journey for a lot of the pilgrims. And over here is Thomas Willett. I had a story about him, but I completely forgot. But there's a lot of things like Willett Pond and Willett Pond that was named after him. You guys can do more research on that. But this big grave came over in October 6th, 1913. It is 27,500 pounds, and it took 1 stone boat, 16 horses, and 20 men to bring it here to this spot where it rests today.
That's never.
Okay, so we have one more spot to check out on this lovely historical and creepy tour. We didn't actually do what I wanted to do at the boarding plot, which was sing the infamous song and try to
Nope.
maybe
I was
anger the
not doing
spirits.
That. Nope.
But-
I would have left you.
Maybe another time I'll come back here with another guest and do a seance or something. I love my Go Seal adventures. But our last spot here is this tree stump. And now you're wondering, why am I looking at a tree stump? Well, this specific tree stump is quite interesting, and do not touch it because it is probably cursed. Or maybe not. Back in the early centuries, during the Salem witch trials, people were actually settled here in Riverside, Rhode Island, where this cemetery is placed, because, well, it was a place to live. And during that time, they believed in witches and witchcraft, which I believe in today, but,
Oh, is this one of the places where a witch got burned?
well, during the trials, they had arrested and convicted many women who were probably most likely 100% clean and innocent. And this tree, which once stood like that tree, hung a bunch of those witches. So a bunch of witches hung from this tree, and there used to be, like, as you can see, there's like a bunch of like mushrooms and stuff growing from this tree. And growing up, my mother used to tell me that those were there because the witches cast spells. But I don't believe that's true, because once I don't believe they were actually witches, I believe they were innocent, and if they were witches, then maybe it's true, but I don't believe that. I do believe in some sort of witchcraft. I do not believe that the women that were killed during the witch trials believe they were guilty at all. So, it's now getting dark. You guys can't tell because it's brighter on the camera, but it's getting dark where we are. And so we're gonna start walking back, because it is getting colder here because it is the winter. And yeah, it's getting late, it's getting cold, and my battery's down to 25%. So we're gonna start heading back, and I'll try to film the outro later when I get back home. But right now we're gonna start heading back, and I might film some B-roll on the way back, I don't know. So I'll see you when I get home. Okay guys, so I'm back home. Obviously, we ended up catching a ride back home, so we didn't have to walk, which was awesome because it was getting really cold really fast. And yeah, we had a pretty good time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and our little adventurous walk and my historical facts. Next time, if this video, let's say, I'll do a smaller one because I know I don't have a lot of viewers right now. If this video gets to at least 35 likes, I will go back to the cemetery with maybe her or someone else, and we will do something like, who knows, a seance or something like that at a grave of your choosing. Just have to put it down in the comments below. So without further ado, please like that video if you want to see that. Please subscribe if you want to see more of me. And that's it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.